We just came back from America. I went with Hanan for 2 weeks for marketing for students. TL, young kids, try to convince them to come to Tivaye. I know what I have to convince. Whatever you have in Tivaye, you don't have in any place. I'm still cold from America. I'm still very cold from America. Minus 19 Celsius has got me to think, today my mother passed away. Purim morning, I still remember 6:20 in the morning. They called me, I said, just tell me, she died, didn't die. Very strange halachas about Avelus in Purim. Very strange halachas, without discuss it. And today went to the cemetery, and when I stay by my mother's grave, and we say Tilly, wait a few very nice, and the boys came with me to have a minyan, to say Kaddish. I thought about what I'm saying lately, a big chidush. As in 20 years when I die, I'll be on the floor. It's not a secret as I love food. Everybody knows. And above food, the Kodesh HaKadoshim is ice cream. And the best ice cream is Agendas. No question, when I be on the floor, and after the Chaver Kaddish will do Taira to me. And we know in Kabbalah, in Halacha, without to discuss it, until you get buried, you remember, you listen to what people talking to you. No question, if they give me a little ice cream, I will take my tongue and eat the ice cream. Remember, come to my funeral in 20 years and watch it. Just few halachas for Purim. Lately I've been to too many simchas of our alumni. Too much drinking. One of the main halachas of Purim is v'nafachu. Shelo yeda ben or Mordechai, or Roman leboch Mordechai. What if you drunk the olir and all the simchas? You don't know anything anyway. As in Purim and Apachu, you have to know what's going on. Therefore, anybody drink on Purim, chayiv miseh. Midoraisa midarabbanan. And also, in Purim, you're not allowed to talk in shul. And Apachu. Just say one good thing. One of my most momentum of excitement was 2 weeks ago. I was Shabbos by Adam Dax, and I went to daven by Rav Ariel Edelstein Shul, and I got Aliyah, and Baruch Hu Hashem Vorach, I broke down, and I cry a lot, and then for the second bracha I cry more. I know why I cry, because nobody talking the shul there, or because I remember in the interview, Ariel Edelstein said to me, I don't want to be black like my brother, Daniel. And I sang with him a country, as only Chavrusas with Kippa Sruga, and look, Nebach, what happened. But God will send us many boys like him, with Mashpia, a lot of Nachas. I just finished with another story, what happened to me a few years ago. I was going to Montreal with this hat, in the airport. Oi! By immigration, they look on my passport. He said, go to the room. Okay, I go to the room. 10, 20 minutes, comes somebody, sit in front of a computer, start to ask a question. What you doing? Which nationality you? Are you Jewish? Your mother Jewish? Then he started to give me like test in Judaism. He wants me to tell him all the holidays of the Jews. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Hanukkah festival, Purim festival, Passover, Shavuos. I mentioned Sukkot. And then he said to me, you can go. As I said to him, excuse me, what did you ask me so a question? You give me smicha test, it's very easy. As he turned the computer and said, you see, we have a terrorist by the name Muhammad Bina. We're looking for him. Here we saw Bina, Aaron Bina, as he thought maybe you're the terrorist. As I want to check, to make sure you're not terrorist. Guys, I want to tell you all you for alumni, we all love you. We're thinking about you. We pray for you. We have to have a lot of achdus. Chag Sameach, we all love you. A freilichen Purim. Have a lot nachas, gesund and long life for everybody. Chag Sameach. You want to sit the talis or tefillin?
No, you didn't introduce me. I introduced myself. That's okay.
Okay, my wife wants me to introduce her. She thinks people forgot who she is. She is my boss, the only boss, a great wife. Whatever I have in my life is thanks to her. Malki Muli Melikovsky Bina.
Okay. No, I always like my husband's introductions. And a Guten Purim, a Freiliche Purim. It's very close in America. I wanted to relate to you a story about my husband, of course. And I was reminded of this story when my husband was speaking to the boys on Shabbos Zohar. And he, for some reason, I don't even remember why, he said that at one time he used to play tennis. And it made it sound to the boys, a few years, 5-6 years, he was like a pretty serious tennis player. So I remembered my husband's past in the tennis. I told it to the boys at the yeshiva, but now to all the alumni, I don't think you know this story, so I'm going to let you in on my husband's glorious days of playing tennis. So this goes back, I think about 35 years ago, one of the first years of my husband's teaching, and there was a student from Detroit. I think his name was Steve Eskin.
Yes.
Right? I think his name was Steve Eskin, and my husband found out
his father was a general in the American army, was a rabbi.
A rabbi, like a chaplain.
Yeah, Olav Shalom.
So my husband found out that he was a tennis trainer, a coach. So he asked him if he could also teach him tennis. And being a very fine young man, Steve agreed to take my husband on as a student of tennis. And they started playing, I guess, once a week, for a few weeks. Then came, it was around my husband's birthday, and my mother said, what could I get Aaron? I want to get him a birthday gift. And my mother usually spends about $5, $10. She's not of the big spenders. But I said, Ma, Aaron started playing tennis. And I think my mother, when she heard my husband playing tennis, she really thought, okay, finally my son-in-law is doing something worthwhile. He's like, becoming more American, because he didn't know English. When we first got married, he didn't know how to drive. He never went to college, so they weren't so impressed with my husband's, knowledge and way of doing things. But here I tell my mother, he's taking lessons.
Break.
Yeah.
10 days before our wedding.
Yeah, okay, no, don't tell
10 days, why not? 10 days before the wedding. We met Malki's father in Washington Heights. He came with the car with the a little, how do you call it, this agala behind?
Yeah, the pull along, I don't know.
The kid said he was very tired. First time he met me, he asked me to drive. I said, I don't know how to drive. He stopped the car.
The U-Haul, it was a
The
U-Haul.
U-Haul, yeah. He stopped the car and said, Balcony, I don't understand. English, he doesn't know. High school, he didn't go. College, he didn't go. Driving, doesn't have driving license. Drinking, he doesn't know. Why you marry him? The $1 million question.
Anyway.
Wait a minute, what did you answer?
We just said.
She said, I love him.
Yeah.
Stupid, but she's still stupid about this.
Anyway, so I think my mother was just so impressed that my husband was taking tennis lessons. Anyway, she went out and bought, I think, the most beautiful, expensive tennis outfit I've ever seen in my life. Like that beautiful white polo shirt with an emblem and the white short pants.
And socks.
And socks, oh right,
White
right.
socks.
Matching socks, and I think the sweat to wipe the sweat. I think she spent maybe $100. I know my mother really got you that beautiful outfit. Now, so it was like basically a costume, like a Purim costume. Because I think my husband wore it maybe 2 times. Maybe 2 times, and then whenever somehow the lessons didn't go so well, he didn't really continue so much the tennis. And we had this costume, you know, my husband, every once in a while he would put it on to see if it still fit, this white tennis outfit. And I would go to the closet when I would do my Pesach cleaning. I said, Aaron, you know, you have this tennis outfit. Now, my husband, I must say, I want to give him credit. When he was like about 11, 12, he played soccer. And he was an excellent soccer player, and they played soccer very seriously. And you know, he tells this story, the Amshin of a Rebbe was on the team. He was an excellent soccer player. But somehow tennis, it really didn't go so well. Just we have this beautiful, beautiful outfit, the beautiful costume that my mother gave. She went out of her way. She was so proud of her son-in-law who was going to learn how to play tennis. And I think this is maybe it was a dream of my husband's. He wanted to do it. And my mother helped him fulfill the dream by giving him this beautiful costume. And I think it's in a sense a little bit v'nafochu. He had never been so into the tennis and into America, and he wanted to change his personality and be someone different. And maybe it could have worked, Aaron. I think you should have tried a little harder. You know, like these boys, you tell them they should learn more and they should do more mitzvot and chesed and v'nafochu, and they really try hard and they can do it. So maybe it's not too late. If you're going to play tennis, maybe I'll buy you the outfit, a different outfit. You know, I think you need
if you play tennis, I'll buy you a shaitan.
To get you a bigger size, I guess you'll need. Anyway, I gave that away. It was
Much
just sitting.
bigger size.
It was just sitting in the closet, collecting dust. Nobody wore it. I figured at least somebody should get some use out of it. But this was my husband and his glorious few months of playing tennis. And the message being v'nahafochu, that you can change yourselves. You can do a lot of great things like we saw in Purim. And you're all great guys and wives and families and children. And Freilich Purim to everybody.
Okay, so a couple questions here while I have you. You agree that Haagen-Dazs is better than Ben & Jerry's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of you? No question.
I feel people would have not allowed to eat sugar and fat, diabetic. They recommend if you're heute with Haagen-Dazs, because they have a lot of healthy, really healthy garbage. But it's still healthy.
Okay. What's the most amount of ice cream that you can eat at one time?
Hashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, I will remind people in the old yeshiva, I never used to have time to eat breakfast, lunch and supper. I used to send around 17 times a day to Tony, used to be a grocery store. I used to buy the ice cream, Malcolm, what's its name? From Strauss.
Maxim, no, I don't remember, yeah.
A great ice cream, I used to eat 17 a day. On a stick. Kaminian Kitov. 17.
Magnum.
Gan Eden.
Okay.
There are 2 Gan Edens in my life. You're talking Gashmias. Ice cream and the Dead Sea.
And you don't eat ice cream anymore.
Almost not.
The diet one, you like. You can
Diet,
get the
that doesn't
one
matter. It's garbage.
Okay, serious question for all the alumni. Where's the best restaurant to take your wife to? In Israel and in New York, where's the best restaurants?
To take your wife, the best
take-
restaurant.
Yeah.
King David Grill Room.
Where's that?
King David Hotel, the grill room.
Uh-huh.
Angelica. And then another restaurant.
Just Kiara give for them.
If you keep Mehadrin, I'm only Mehadrin in not talk Lashon Hara. And another restaurant in the new movie, what the name?
Cinema City.
Cinema City.
Leo.
Leo. This is the best of the best of the best.
That's here in Yerushalayim.
Yes.
And in New York?
New York for
Yeah, we went there in Lakewood. That was a very nice place.
in New York, what I like for my stomach now after what I went through with cancer, and I'm very sensitive. I like what I don't suffer a lot in Central Avenue, the Chinese. What
Oh,
do they-
Chosen.
Chosen.
Chosen. Very nice hostess there.
Austin, I don't get sick after eating that.
Okay. Serious question, both of you. What did you think of the speech last night?
Speech of Bibi.
Yeah.
I was in the car. I went to see a Holy Rebbe in Tel Aviv area. I was in the car. I asked Rami to give me to watch. I didn't stop crying, but I realized how much Obama doesn't like us. And once Bibi didn't give any answer. The only answer is, הדור קיבלו בימי אחשוורוש. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד, like we just said in Moedim, ועל ניסיך ועל נפלאותיך שבכל עת. We need a great Israeli army, but above everything we need Hashem. We need Mordechai Yehudi, we need Esther Amalke, we need continue God, not to forget and love us, an extra watch, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן, שומר ישראל. But it was a great speech. From point of speech, I felt very proud Jew. Very proud Jew. I didn't stop crying. And then to see in the middle, the camera and the speech went on Eli Wiesel. Not because we learned Chavrusa with Ira and Eli, but because what Eli present, the Holocaust survivors. And I remember people forget the Holocaust. Too quick, and it's very scary for our next generation. Very, very scary. I really realize how much we have to teach more, how much we have to prepare more the next generation, how much we have to give it a Jewish pride and to realize, and how much we need the Jewish state. We need a Jewish state. We need Torah, we need Jewish state, we need Reb Chaim Kanievsky, we need Eshli Shechter, we need everybody.
Anything to add?
No. That's nice.